Welcome to Best Year Ever, a podcast designed to inspire growth and impact so you can create your best year ever. And I'm your host, Rob Cressy. And today, I'm going to answer a question from someone who slid into my Instagram DMs, and it's all around time management. And this came from Pablo, and it says, it would be amazing to have a podcast from you explaining how do you organize your time and work on your time management. And first off, Pablo, thank you very much for the question. I love engaging with people who hit me up and providing value any way that I can. So I'm going to do this very structured and simple for you. That way you can take action on this. Number one, foundational to who I am and how I think about time management is this quote: make time, not excuses. So I'm someone who's very action-oriented. I've got gigantic dreams. I do a lot of amazing things. And I do that because foundationally I say to myself, make time, not excuses. Excuses aren't going to get me where I want to go, and they won't you ever, or they won't you as well. So because of that, start from that foundation. Don't make excuses that I don't have enough time. One of the declarations that I read to myself every single morning, I am that I have more than enough time to get everything done, because a lack of time is just an excuse. Number two, if something is important enough, you will find time to make it happen. And when is there always time? In the morning. So for me, the simplest example of this is creating a reading routine. When I audited the success habits of the most successful people and the people I aspire to do things like, all of them were reading a crap ton of books. And it's like, all right, well, I'm reading zero. I really want to do this, but I noticed at the end of the day, my energy was low, and maybe I'm at home, maybe I'm not at home. And the reading routine just didn't work when I did it later on in the day. So I was like, all right, well, one way that I can guarantee that today is better than yesterday is by making sure that I learn something. And I can learn something by reading. Therefore, if I want to make today better, then I'll just read first thing in the morning when I wake up. And because of that, it has been foundational to me that if something is important, then I'm just going to stack it earlier on in the day. So those two things are foundational to the way that I think about organizing time in my time management. So now I'll get into some more tactical things that you can do based on my experience. So I want to simplify things, be intentional, and be focused. So let's start with this. How do I know what to work on every single day? That actually starts on Sunday. So every single Sunday, I plan my week ahead in advance, and I use this 10X growth 10X planner from Grant Cardone, and I've been using it for years, and it's a game changer for me. Everyone's got their own method for how they use a planner. For me, I like getting down with Uncle G. It's been very good for me from a structure standpoint. So the first thing that I do is I write down right here all of the things that I would like to accomplish for the week. That way I can get a larger picture view of the things that I want to get done, because inevitably throughout the week, you're going to hit different periods of energy where you're like, you know what, I'm just not in flow as much. All right, let me jump to my weekly page and see, are there some things that I can get accomplished that I might not be wanting to, or that I want to get accomplished. Simple as that. So that's my weekly view, and that is something that I can add to it, but I start foundationally with the look at what is this week going for. Then I go through every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I write down all of the calls that I already have scheduled, as well as the projects that I'm going to be working on that day that are already on the books. So with that, when I get to a day, Monday or Tuesday, whatever, I already know, all right, I got some things that I can work on there. Once I've got that foundation set on Sunday, I know my mind is going to be working on these things while I'm sleeping throughout the day, throughout the week. And I'm a big believer in setting these positive intentions. So I don't wake up in the morning being like, oh my God, I don't know what in the world I'm going to do. No, everything's already laid out for me. I can then just layer on the more real-time things that happen during my day and week to get the things accomplished that I want to get accomplished. So the next thing that I do, now that I've planned on Sunday, Monday gets here any day of the week. Now what do I work on? Well, I've got half of it there, but one of my mentors is Andy Frisella, and I learned something from him called the Power List. One, he's got a podcast about this. Go and check it out. Number two, this is something that I learned doing 75 Hard and Live Hard, the mental toughness program. And what he taught was write a list of 5 things that are the biggest things that are going to help you accomplish your goals. So every single day, and then we even look at today, write down 5 things, and I actually have 9 for today, but 5 is the number. 5 things that are going to move you forward in the biggest goals or projects or areas that you want. Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now I just start working on that power list. And the goal is to get all 5 things from your power list done. When you do, you win the day. And the more often you win the day, the more progress that you're going to make on your goals, because by design, you're working on the largest things, the most important things that you've got every single day. Rinse and repeat. The next part of this, so I've got my power list. I've already looked ahead. This next thing I learned from Ed Mylett, and it's called running mini days. So when I look at my time management, I know what it is that I want to accomplish, but how in the world am I going to get this done throughout my day? So I've got 3 mini days that I run, and the times are 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. I work on my personal growth and development. So this is reading, meditating, reading my declarations, journaling. It is working out in the morning, and it is eating breakfast. So from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m., I'm working on me, because I know that no matter what else happens in the world and through my day, if I focus on myself first, in my mindset and my energy and my being and who I am, as long as I can control that, I'm going to be good every single day. So first 5 hours of my day, I'm rolling on that. I'm not interested in emails and all these fires of the world. It's about me for the first 5 hours. Then from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., this is when I'm working on projects and client calls and meetings and just anything else that would be air quotes business or project related. Then from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m., I can do whatever I want. And I have a rule that I live by in my life called 3 p.m. And it is something that I implemented. And you can listen to the full version of this in the podcast I did with Shauna Griffith, that says, I noticed at 3 p.m. every day that my energy would be low and I'd be grinding and I wouldn't be in flow. And I got to a point where I said, well, I'm not going to allow this to sit with me and have this judgment that once 3 p.m. gets here, I'm done with expectations for the day. I've already been up for, 10 hours doing stuff, not watching Netflix. So I'm good. Anything else I do on top of this is gravy. And that's how I think about the rest of my day. But the good news is, because I've removed these expectations, maybe I go and walk the dog, or I shoot hoops, or go for a run, or maybe I do something creative, or look into some new podcast tools, or who knows what it is. Inevitably, what happens is I've given myself permission to have 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, whatever it is, to work on whatever I want. And inevitably, I get back to my flow of doing the things that are on my power list, or the projects that I want to accomplish. But it's very much a permission-based thing for me. Remember, our energy is lower later on in the day. So I want to make sure that I recognize that. So 3 p.m. gets here, boom, Rob can do whatever in the world that I want. So let's take this even one step further. And this is another thing that I learned from Ed Mylett. I also do Pomodoro Sessions of 30 minutes blocks of focus, where I'm just doing one thing at a time. And I actually call them Ed, because Ed Mylett is my focus inspiration, because he is the king of focus. He has taught me about focus. And so often when we have all these things that we want to accomplish, or all these things going on in our life, or here's email, here's social media, here's friends and family, there's a lot being thrown at you. And the ability to focus is so important. So I'm like, all right, let me just get in one 30-minute focus session. Boom, get that in. And what inevitably happens is, and I set this actually on my Apple Watch, it's nice and simple, boom, 30 minutes. that first 30 minutes goes, I'm like, boom, let's run this back. Let's get another one. So for me, I know I have an amazing day when all of a sudden I look and I've got 4, 5, 6, 7 30-minute sessions. I can also go an entire week without having a single session. And for me, these Pomodoro sessions are a way that I can design focus into what I'm doing. So I'll notice if all of a sudden I'm slipping and I'm not in flow and my focus isn't there, I'm like, all right, it's an opportunity for me to do just one 30-minute session to get the party started. You know what? And some days I might just get one in there. That's completely fine because one is better than zero. So 30 minutes. In breaking this down into simple chunks, that's how you accomplish large things. Just like the quote, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's how I think about my time management and my organizing of my time. As you see, I've put a ton of intention and a ton of structure into how I'm living my life. I am intentional about every single second because time is my most valuable asset, that I never want to waste time because I can't get time back. Therefore, I'm going to put in systems and processes and structures and checks and balances to make sure that I am focused on doing the things that are going to get me to where I want to go and do the things that I love doing a lot more. And that's the thing of, we waste so much time on so many different things, and it's easy to not audit yourself and just let it be. Oh, it's fine. I'm spending hours on Instagram. Everybody does it. Yeah, that's fine, except for the fact that I want to do some pretty amazing things in my life and build a life of freedom and positivity and adventure and excitement and inspiration and growth and passion. If that's the case, I've got to do things differently than other people because I can't rely on myself to just haphazardly go and do it however it happens. No, I want to be structured about this. And it makes me think about a quote I learned from Jocko Willink's book, Extreme Ownership: discipline equals freedom. The structure that I just talked about actually gives me more freedom. That's what discipline does. It shows you, all right, this is the rules of the game that we're going to be playing. And it's like, oh, well, I've already identified these are the things that I want to accomplish. Cool. Let's play them within these rules. So I feel complete freedom in everything that I'm doing. I don't feel bound by this one bit because remember, we are holding all of this very loosely. This is designed to serve me and you in accomplishing the things that we want to do. So, quick recap for you. Number 1, make time, not excuses. Number 2, if something is important enough, you will find time to make it happen, and there is always time in the morning. Simplify things, be intentional, be focused. Plan your week out on Sundays for the day ahead, and then each day write out what's on your calendar, what projects you would like to get done. Create your power list. What are the 5 things every single day that are going to help you move forward on the biggest goals that you have? Run your mini days. If you're going to break your day into 3 different chunks of time, what does that look like for you? When's your personal growth and development time? When are you focusing on you? When are you focusing on your clients and your projects? And when's your shutting off point from expectations? When do you release yourself and allow yourself the permission to do whatever it is that you want? And then run some Pomodoro sessions. Think about delivering areas of focus that are just 30-minute sessions. Boom, working on just this one thing. And the last thing that I'm doing, I actually am currently doing a new program called Building a Second Brain, which is a course designed to teach me about productivity, note-taking, and organization. So everything that I taught or just shared right now, I'm actually going to be working on even better to refine my systems and processes because this is all around personal knowledge management. How am I taking the inputs that are given to me? How can I organize them and then distill them so that I can take action on the things that are most important in my life? And I want to hear from you. What areas of time management do you struggle with that I could help you out with, or at least give you a unique perspective on? You can hit me up on all social media platforms at Rob Cressy, especially LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. Super active there. And I'm someone who loves to be a positive asset to everyone and help you on your journey. And if you're someone who's looking to build a brand or launch a podcast or work on your personal development and growth and mindset, I would love to jump on a call with you and jam about how I might be able to help you out. You can email me, rob@robcressy.com, or go to my website. I've got a link where you can click Jam Session, where you and I can jump on a 30-minute call and talk about how I can help you with what's going on in your world. Sending tons of good vibes your way. I hope that you have yourself an amazing rest of the day.